Hello, I'm Eric Woodcock, and recently I had the chance to give a presentation at a lovely event called Ignite in Liverpool, where you have 5 minutes to talk about any topic you like and cover that topic in 20 slides. I quite naturally decided I'd like to have a go at giving an overview of project management. And whether I made any sense of that in 5 minutes, you can judge for yourself by looking at the presentation, which is just coming up. I'm going to talk about project management, and in order to make it a bit more real, I'm going to imagine that we're considering reopening the Liverpool Overhead Railway, which closed in 1957, but could actually be really useful today. But the things I'm going to talk about are not related simply to the Liverpool overhead. They apply just as much to setting up an art exhibition or doing a performance or maybe even opening a cafe or a small business. The first thing we need to think about is why. Why we want to do this. What's the outcome? What's the change that we want to bring about that's standing in the way of where we are today? And you can see some reasons here why we might want to do the overhead railway. And in order to create or enable that output, we need to have some kind of output, something that we actually produce, which will allow that outcome to happen. And obviously the bits and pieces of the Liverpool overhead are an example. And the way that we create the output, of course, is ideally through some kind of project where we organize how we bring together the time and the money and the resources, and we build and we sustain the support that we need. And we have to have some way of measuring whether what we've done has been worth it. So we come up as we put the project together with benefits, things that we can actually measure that will prove whether or not we've actually kept our promises. We need to think about people, stakeholders, anybody who's interested in the project or the output or the outcome in some way. The public, passengers, politicians, promoters, all different kinds of people. And probably the most important people we need to think about are the ones who have power to make decisions that will be vital to our project. And those who are not on our side, we have to work out what their motivations are, so hopefully we can bring them with us. And we mustn't forget the end users, the people at the front end. So on the Liverpool overhead, the technicians, the passengers, the neighbours, and get them involved, get them helping to design the output, test it, make sure that it's really going to work. Now, projects are, of course, about people, and we need a really good project manager, somebody who's got expertise, has done this before, has the right sort of skills. And we also need a fantastic team, the best team that we can pull together. Now we need to really start to plan, and that's about thinking slowly, taking time to resolve all of the issues so that when we start work, we can move quickly and decisively, but carefully, of course. So plan, resolve the big questions, define exactly what we're going to do, what approach we're going to take, design the project in a way that enables us to keep control of it. The project manager can keep on top of it. And of course, it proves that we're serious to the key stakeholders who might be signing off on the money and the decision to go ahead. And the big question is, can we prove that this project will be the best use we can make of the time and money and resources we have available right now? We need to have a focus on success. Too much around projects worries about failure, things that go wrong. But if we have a success mindset that says we're going to create a great output that's going to deliver a great outcome, that's the way to be. And we need to be thinking very hard about what it is precisely we need in the output. What are the requirements? Trying to make sure that we get the essentials in place and avoid a lot of unnecessary and expensive bells and whistles that are going to stand in the way. We need to understand what the hard bits of the project are going to be. What are the particularly tough things about this particular project? So with the overhead, for example, it would be things like getting hold of the land, lots of private landowners and so forth, and maintaining political support. And risks. What could possibly go wrong? Think about the sort of things that could happen that would harm the project in some way. We don't expect them to happen, but we need to think about what we would do if they did. So we mitigate them and we have plans in place if they occur. And we need to be zero heroes. We want to make sure we have a sustainable project, creating a sustainable output, enabling a sustainable outcome. That's the way we have to think today. And when we add it all up, we ask ourselves, does all this make sense? Is it worth doing? Are we being realistic? And can we manage it through thick and thin? And all the time, we're not just focused on the output, we're interested in the outcome, what we really want to deliver. And if we've done our job right, if we created a brilliant project that creates a fantastic output that delivers a wonderful outcome, then everybody will go, wow! There we are then. 5 minutes trying to cover project management. Far too little time, I'm sure you'll agree. But if you want a more comprehensive view of what project management is all about, then I can do no better than recommend that you go to my website, zavanak.com, where, as you can see, there is an introductory course to the subject that you can follow at your own speed to your heart's content.